Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3DMs and a Tale, the live version. I have gathered me some 4DMs of relative or just high-level experience, this one over here, in the great Provo, Salt Lake City area here at the Wee Geek Tavern at the Provo Mall. Now, I'm going to actually have you guys introduce yourselves, but let's get this. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the show. So 3DMs and a Tale is a D&D-inspired improv show. I have a D4 in my hands, and 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these 4 DMs will become the head DM for the next 2 hours, give or take recording issues, and they will have to create a world via just providing a theme and a genre. The other 3 will become players for the duration of the show and bring in whatever they can to actually pull this one out here. Now, everyone, go ahead and give your introductions, starting here at Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael. I also go by Black Stag GM. My socials are Instagram, TikTok, and occasionally Twitter.
Okay. I'm Colton. I also go by the Warbeard DM. I am also on socials. I've got Instagram and TikTok.
Great. Hi, I'm Ryan. I am a longtime DM. I've got a podcast I play with my kids called Dads and Dragons. That's with an N in the middle of it. And so if you want to know what it's like to play with a bunch of teenagers and stuff and see how easy it is to keep them in line, then you can listen in. And I give some tips at the end about what works and what doesn't work. A lot of times what doesn't work.
My name is Lillian, but I also go by Nixling Grimspire. I have an Instagram. That is it.
Fantastic. Thank you all for that. Now, once again, let's go ahead and get this one started here. So we're going to get this D4 rolled out. That is a 3. Oh. Ryan, you are on deck, my friend. So now, as stated, I need you to provide a genre and a theme. And if you need a generator off the internet, I have to go to my phone.
Okay.
He just threw a 1. I don't know what that means.
I had a couple of ideas driving over here. We're going to go with steampunk,
Ooh.
Old West, railroad train.
Okay. Theme. What's going to be like?
Heist.
Heist? Alrighty.
Heist.
So we have a steampunk Western railroad theme. I'm just going back to Armadillo Town here in season 1.
Oh, geez, yeah, they're right.
You're close, but it was not steampunk.
Okay,
You're not treading.
steampunk.
Yeah, it's steampunk. Yeah,
Yes.
there's going to be a steam engine instead of a coal.
Let's move it from Old West to Great Britain.
Great Britain.
we go.
Great Train Robbery.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah,
I love that book. Alrighty, so we're going to do Great Train Robbery-esque heist in Britain. Good luck on the accents, everyone. Alrighty, take it away,
This will
Ryan.
be interesting.
That's what my kids will say if they want to affect an accent. Okay. It is dark outside as you see the lights of New London passing by the windows of the train. You're set for your overnight voyage up north to York and ready to embark on your voyage. You find yourself in a cabin in the London-York Overnight Express. You've boarded the train, though, with a specific idea in mind. You look across the seat from you, and you spy first who, Colton?
Barnaby Ironsides. I am a warforged of small stature, but it is all that is really known of me right now.
Okay. And across from Barnaby is...
Steven. I'm a little orphan boy who's just kind of followed everyone around because currently the job that I have, which is giving out newspapers, is not paying enough, and, well, I nearly lost my arm last time I tried to help in the factory. So now I'm just trying to figure out what's going on and following anybody I can. Hello.
Next to Steven is the mastermind of this group.
Hello. My name's Percival Lancaster. I'm from the other side of the world, more civilized, in the way of train robbing at least. Yeah. But I've come to, hopefully, if not abandon this poor orphan child on the side of the road after robbing the place, get a bunch of loot. So,
I like loot.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you know exactly what loot is.
Percival, Stephen,
Steven,
Esteban,
yes.
Stephen,
Steven
and
or Steph, whatever
Barnaby.
you want to call me.
Stephen,
As
Percival,
long as you're
Barnaby.
paying.
You have embarked on your journey. You have just 5 minutes before the operation is supposed to commence. What is the first step in your plan?
All right, well, just to hurry and summarize it. See, there's going to be a train that's going to come rushing down the way from where we're sitting. Your goal is to jump on said train and not fall off and die. That's step 1. Step 2, get into the train. While we do that, well, I'm hoping that's what you're going to be good for. Step 3, incapacitate the guards. That's what I'm here for. Step 4, blow out a hole so that we can get whatever we're trying to get to. I'm not 100% sure on how much they got, but I know it's a lot. That's what you're here for. Small, can take a stick of dynamite and shove it in places none of us can get to. After that, well, just stay away from the fuzz. Or the lawmen, as it were, from my place.
Or we could just knock them out and blow them up.
Yeah. I'm going to let you go ahead and try, and then when it fails, I'm going to have him knock them out for you and still give you a stick of dynamite and pray that you know how to use it correctly.
Oh, you just light it and throw it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Do it just like you just said.
It's not hard. I can figure it out. I'm pretty sure I can throw hard enough. I'm not missing an arm like my friend, so.
You've got 2 then.
Yes, I do, which means I can dual wield.
That means you're above average.
I am, yes. Unfortunately.
All right. As Percival throws open the window, the cold winter air blasts into the cabin. Who is first to climb up onto the roof?
That would be me. I climb out, and I set myself up on the top, anchoring myself to the roof so that I can help my compatriots climb out.
It's a little slippery.
I'm old, not enfeeble.
All right, give me an athletics check. You decide what your athletics is going to be for your character, and I need you to roll plus whatever your athletics bonus is. Give me just an 11 or higher.
All right, I'm gonna say that my athletics is higher since, little boy has to climb into tight spaces. I'm gonna say it's a +3, so
Okay.
he got a 13.
All right. Steven scampers up, grabbing onto Barnaby's
Barnaby.
metal leg and using that as a ladder to get up to the roof.
I'm sorry I stepped on your head. It happens.
Percival?
Like I said, I'm old, but not enfeeble. So we all clear. I got a 10.
All right.
I'm not particularly great at athletics.
Are you sure about that?
It's more of the shooting and firing that I'm good at.
How close does Percival's face get to the wheels as you are barely clutching on? And Barnaby, let's have you make an athletics check to try and grab him.
Okay, an athletics check of 22.
All right, how close to the wheels is your face as he's grabbing onto your legs and pulling you back up?
I'd say that my big, fluffy mustache probably is missing a few hairs, but otherwise it's in good shape. Little grooming with a comb will do it good justice.
Right. Up ahead, you can see the light from the other train, and you can start to hear it coming towards you as it's getting close. So which car are you trying to jump onto? The front one, the back one, somewhere in the middle?
So we're going to be going on the back of the car, because that's where all the rich folk are, because they don't want to be up front near the smoke. So we're going to try and aim for the back. However, there is a whole issue of speeding objects, forward momentum. You don't want to just jump at the end, because then you'll jump off of said car. You'll want to jump off, aim for the middle. And if you're not confident, aim for the front. Then you'll travel a little distance.
Wait, do I aim for the front or do I aim for the middle?
It's time to go. Here's the train.
You got it.
I'm aiming for the middle.
All right, make another athletics check, or sorry, an acrobatics check to jump across.
Nice.
Natural 20.
What?
So, Percival, as this is a steampunk-themed world, Percival has some nifty little gadget here. It's called a grappling hook.
Nifty gadget.
However, it doesn't have any fangled doohickeys. What I do is whirl it around my head for a second and throw it. And when it clinks onto something tight, I just let it pull me over to said train. However, the steampunk comes when I pull on a little string, a glider appears, and I just pull myself onto the train. As I said, not enfeebled, just old.
All right, like a kite, you're flying behind the train. Barnaby?
Barnaby, you see several pistons along my legs begin pumping as I wind up and I just launch across with a solid land right in the middle of the train.
All right.
Does Barnaby sink a little bit?
18.
Oh, nice.
Does he sink into the top?
A tiny bit.
Yeah, how heavy do I need to know Barnaby is?
Approximately 200 pounds.
Okay, yeah. All right, so you crush in a little bit, but not too bad. It's fine. People are made to walk on the tops of these all the time, so you're good.
All right.
Steven?
He looks towards where he is, a little bit panicked because he's not sure which direction he's supposed to jump. But using his robotic eye that he actually stole, he is able to find exactly where he needs to jump in order to land perfectly. And so he rushes forward as fast as he can, and he leaps onto it, and he manages to hold on and not fall off as he lands onto the train.
Okay, great. You are all on the last car of the train after a moment of wheeling or reeling yourself in.
Yep.
On the kite. You guys can swing down to the caboose in the back of the train.
Excellent. So, here's the first part of this plan. All the rich folk gonna be back here. Now, I don't know how it is in Britain. Where I come from, people are armed. So, hopefully, they're not as armed here. But, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give the kid a toy. Kid, you're gonna go in, you're gonna play with the toy,
Okay.
and when it goes off, just make sure you're not looking directly at the toy.
Don't look at the toy. How do I play with the toy if I don't look at it?
Throw it up in the air like it's a. You guys play football?
What is football? What is basketball?
Baseball. You play baseball, or is it
What
cricket?
is baseball?
I know cricket.
Oh, I know
Oh,
cricket.
Cricket, yeah, like a cricket. Do you throw the cricket ball?
No.
I think you just hit it with a really big stick. That's what I've heard when I
Do whatever it is with a cricket ball, but do it with this ball that I'm about to give you.
I could just throw it. Do you want me to just throw it?
Yeah, let's just do that and see what happens.
All right, and what kind of toy am I getting? Is it a doll? I
Is
don't
the
like dolls.
toy a flashbang? Like,
Perhaps.
That is an important question.
I just give you this little metal ball, and it has two little type of sections that.
So it's
Fold
a
in half.
Do I need to act like it's a puzzle?
No, you
I'm
see,
not very good at
you
puzzles.
just turn it, and when you hear the click, you throw it, and make sure not to look right at it.
So I throw it. Do I turn around?
No. Turn the ball first.
Turn the ball first.
Throw it.
Throw it.
Then don't look at it.
Then don't look at it. I'll look at the ground. Does that work?
Sure.
Okay. I will
Wait,
do my
did you just
best.
turn that?
What?
Did,
Don't
did
look
I
at it,
miss
turn
that? Did you just turn that out here?
What?
Did you just turn the ball?
No, not yet. I haven't turned it.
Oh, okay, good.
Gesturing to what I need to do. I haven't turned it yet. I will.
It's ticking. That means you
Oh,
turned
oh,
it. Throw it, ball.
He throws it as far as he can up the train.
I haven't opened the door yet, so I hope it breaks the glass.
What did it do?
It's a flashbang.
Strength check.
A strength check. Oh no. My character probably is not particularly strong. That is a 6.
As it bounces off of the glass and lands at your feet on the caboose,
I just look up. Hopefully, it's not that bright. I don't remember how bad I made it.
the three of you are momentarily blinded as the night sky is lit up.
All
by a
right.
sparkling
All right.
phosphorus blast that comes out of this ball.
So
Did you put in that? I thought we were just gonna use dynamite.
that comes later. Oh,
You didn't explain this part of the plan. Ow!
we're improvising, don't you know? That's part of Robin 101. You always improvise. The plan never goes the way you think it goes the first time.
That's because you make. I thought you were supposed to make 2 plans then.
No, they always go bad.
Both plans always go. You're not a very good robber, are you? I got the wrong.
I'm here, aren't
Okay. Let me. I think I can do this.
From now on, Steven doesn't get the flashball anymore.
Okay. Well, if it's just disarming them, I can do that.
You hear a knocking at the door.
Oh no.
Who is it?
I don't know, there's someone
No
out
one's
there.
here? No one?
I'm gonna.
I'm in the loo. Is it the loo? Yes. Yeah, I'm in the loo. Can you give me some peace?
Oh, yes, I mean, pardon me, the loo?
As
Yeah.
soon as he says that, I would open the door and rush my way in.
All right. You barrel over the oldest, grayest, hairest man that you have possibly ever met. His arms are as skinny, just skin right on his bones.
Sounds like
And
a him
he's
problem.
bent over this cane and he's trying to open the door and wiggle it, trying to pull it open. He's having a hard time, and then suddenly it bursts free, and Barnaby comes rushing in, and you just pile over this guy, and he is just flattened on the back of his
okay.
train.
I will.
Inside the car, you see everything is in nice plush, red seats everywhere, shiny brass fixtures, and instead of like rows of seats, it's like couches and big armchairs with like big wingback chairs and everything.
I will rush into the middle of the room and say, I will be taking any weapons that you may have. I am unarmed, by the way. I am not holding any weapons of my own. But I will rush in and say, I will be taking any weapons that you may have immediately.
Hey, Steven, you want to see something funny? Here, I hand you a remote. Press that button. Barnaby's all of a sudden magnetic.
What did it do?
Well,
What
just wait
weapon?
until we see if someone tries to knife him.
All right, as you
That will be knife.
Barnaby, you hear a whirring inside of Barnaby as this generator fires up. In the cabin there are 5 others, not including the one that you have already run over. A couple, a man and a woman, are sitting on one of the couches, and he stands up and draws a saber. He's dressed in military garb. He's got some epaulets and stuff. He looks like he's just earned his commission, and they might be 2 that are on their honeymoons, perhaps. He draws his saber, and it gets whipped out of his hand, shook, and sticks right to your midsection.
That's what it does.
Now,
Pretty cool.
I will
Oh
do
no,
my
we
thing.
have We have metal on us.
That's why we're out here.
Okay.
The saber just disappears as I grow an inch taller.
That's what he does.
Absorbing
That's why
the
he's
metal
here.
into my
Well,
body.
I'm learning more
Barnaby's
about
slowly going to
mechanics
get bigger
every
and
day.
bigger. Right on.
If only
That's-
I knew how to read.
Yes, that's why we bring Barnaby.
He seems pretty useful now that he can grow an inch taller until his head ends up being.
Oh no, that's we're hitting surface level. There's more he can do.
Oh, what else can he do?
You'll find out.
Where
Now
did
I'm
you
quite
run across?
curious. This is an interesting group I've stumbled across.
Let's do
Aren't
a
you glad-
flashback. Where did Percival find Barnaby? Barnaby, what were you doing when Percival came across you?
Barnaby, when Percival first came across me, Barnaby was about 2 inches tall. I was just a little. Somebody threw me away in a used toy section.
I found him in a trash dump outside of a toy store. They said he was defective. However, after a long night of tinkering, I realized anytime I put metal in him, he got a little bit bigger. I spent the next 6 years putting metal in that guy. Now he's this tall. Also, he's fun to put new things into. I'm not actually sure what everything he's got in him. He's built some stuff. I've built some stuff. There might be some other stuff I don't even know he can do. He's a growing robot. We don't know.
All right.
I rolled the dice.
The gentleman officer who tried to stop you shrieks, "Ah! Oh dear." What would you like to do?
I would reach out and I would grab the front of his shirt. Are you the only one here?
No, there's 6 people total.
Are you the only guard?
He's the only one that looks armed. The rest are a noble woman, old guy you ran over, the officer and his newlywed bride, and a banker, and the old man's wife, who is just as old as him, but extremely portly.
Then I will gesture the two of you to come in.
You can press the
As
button
I-
again.
He presses it.
As I take the guard out.
No, don't press it too much. Give me that. I'll check it. Press it one more time. Okay, it's powered down. We don't want to get rid of the jewels.
As I pull this guard out to the back where we just came from, and I will take my hand and place it over his wrist as I grab the bar of the train and just remove my hand.
So he's handcuffed to the rail on the,
Literally
on the back
handcuffed.
of the caboose. All right.
That's
Great.
what else you can do.
Then I shrink a little bit as I regrow a hand.
That's why it took 6 years.
Can you do the transformer noise? All right, Stephen.
Yes.
It appears that Barnaby has at least somewhat made it safe to go inside the cab.
Yes. So, firstly, Stephen is going to check to see who may have some valuables on them, using his little eye, which can actually. He did steal it from a thief.
Nice.
So he's checking to see what other people may have on them, and then he's going to pull out his much bigger gun for his size, and he's going to hold it out, and he's like, "All right, everyone, put your valuables in the center of the building, in the center of the train."
All right, so Stephen's out there with this big bluster bus. Let's flashback one more time. Where did Stephen and Percival, where did Percival find Stephen at? What were you doing when?
I was running from the police as I had stolen 75 cheese rolls.
In just a big pouch?
Yes, I had one in my mouth, and I had a gigantic sack, just cheese, and I was booking it as fast as I possibly can. And it wasn't even like good cheese. It was like mediocre cheese.
Not like the waxed kind of cheese.
And the reason the police were able to continue to follow me is because it had blue cheese in there,
Yeah.
and it smelled really bad. So
Yeah.
it was really easy to track him.
As one does.
As one does, yes.
Luckily for Steven, Percival had a hankering for blue cheese that day.
All right, you smack into Percival and knock him over and explain to him what you're doing. How?
Oh, I don't explain. I steal his stuff and I leave.
Oh, okay.
I take an item of his, probably whatever I could just grab, and then I book it again.
All right. And Percival stops the coppers from following her and then tracks her down himself.
Yeah, so Steven stole something not entirely valuable to Percival. However, it is a little bit sensitive. Have you ever been to one of those burlesque shows? I had a new fangled picture graph that may or may not have come from one of a
What is
special
this?
lady at a burlesque show. And I really wanted it back. So when the cops showed up, I told them they went the other way, and they said, the cheese smells that way. And they said, have you ever tasted blue cheese? You didn't even want to chase that. And then I followed the blue cheese. And I don't know if Steven got a look at it. I hope not. He's a young boy.
I did open it up, and I'm very confused, but I'm kind of curious about this.
Yeah, so I saw Steven open it up, and I came up and smacked him on the back of the head, took it back, and said, don't you look at that. You're too young for that. You got to be at least, how tall are you?
I'm pretty short. I'm like 4 foot.
You got to be at
How tall is
least
Percival?
5 inches.
I want to know how. Like, is there a size
I'm
limit
tall.
for the gang?
I-
Like, you must be shorter than
I'm
this.
6'5". I'm
Oh, okay.
assuming he's like 7 feet. No, I'm just kidding. He's like 6 feet something.
No, you said you were pretty short.
I
So.
was 5'4".
Oh, there you go. 5 foot. I'm tallest.
All
That's
right.
how it's supposed to be. And then, Steven here, just young Steven, needs to be at least 5 inches before he can look at a burlesque show. Get some hair on the chest.
Back to the train with your giant hand cannon.
Where he got that? I didn't do it.
I have my ways.
Give yourself a intimidation check. Go ahead and give yourself advantage on
All
it.
right,
though.
let's see how intimidating this little boy is. That's a natural.
Well, give yourself advantage. You've got a big old gun.
That is a 19.
Yeah, all right. So immediately, wallets and purses get thrown into the middle of the room, just smacking into Steven. In fact, a purse just hits him in the head and bounces off, momentarily dazing you for a second.
I'm going to kill this kid every second.
It was not very nice.
The
Don't.
old woman shrugs.
Don't lose it.
I will shoot you. I know how to use this. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I do.
Percival, what else are you grabbing? What's your role in this part, in this phase of the robbery?
Well, the kid seems to have a knack for collecting valuables, so I'm going to let him go ahead and keep doing that. My buddy here,
Barnaby.
Barnaby, thank you. I'm not. I'm
Are
just
you
old.
sure you're
I'm not
not
feeble. Shush you.
I'm the one with the gun here. Do you really want to shush me?
Yes.
Fair point.
You should know your betters by now. I'll send you back to the the warehouse, whatever that is. Orphanage? That's where they go, right? Right.
Factory,
Anyway.
actually.
Oh, even better. Learn how to do some honest work.
I
Anyway, Barnaby, would you be a kind and gentle giant that you are and go check on the other section of the train in that door?
Yes.
All right.
Excellent.
As you head up to the much more valuable section of the train, this is just the opening taster, the hors d'oeuvres of the robbery. What lies ahead, what you're really after. You find a locked door leading into the next train, and it's not just locked. It has a safe-like wheel on it that has bars that go out to other gears, each to each corner of the door, and in the middle is a tiny little dial, some numbers on it.
You think you got this one?
I can't read the numbers.
All right, I forgot. I put a lot of fun stuff in him. I forgot to teach him to read.
that makes two of us.
It's better that way. Means that I have infinite amount of usability in this crew. Keep them low. That's how you get them. That's how you get them hooked. Right.
We should
So,
start a coup.
Barnaby, do you think you got any toys that might be able to potentially get us past this door, or do I need to start pulling out the big guns?
Place my hand on the door, and it just begins to heat up. Everything just glows red.
I'm gonna take a few steps back into the other cart just to be on the safe side. Steven, put those in the bag.
I'm holding the gun.
All of you on that side of the train. Oh, actually, come over here to this door and watch my friend. Just watch him closely.
Which one of us?
The passengers. I lean over to you. We're gonna use these as what we call a human shield, just to be safe. Barnaby probably survived, but if it goes boom, I want to have something in front of me.
You do have the TNT, right?
We use that later.
Oh.
Barnaby gets us into everything else. He's good at it.
Okay.
Excellent. I give you a bag.
Well, I can't hold. I'm holding the gun.
Put the gun away.
But if I put the gun away, there's
We
more
disarmed everybody already.
of them. Yeah, but there's more of them than there. I'm small.
They're not gonna get past me.
Gun back. It turns into a backpack. Grabs the thing and opens it up. What
I
is
didn't
this?
give that to her. Or him. I didn't give that to him.
I found it.
I'm starting to wonder about this kid. It's coming to look bad, getting better stuff than I am.
So
I found it and I stole it. Are you really surprised?
I mean, it's not that great, but it's decent. It's decent.
I will prove you wrong. I'm a really good thief.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah, and he's gonna walk up to you and he's actually going to brush past you and pickpocket you.
Okay.
So he's a pretty good pickpocket.
Hooray, the infighting has started.
That was an 18.
So, you go to pickpocket Barnaby.
I'm trying to pickpocket, yeah.
Percival.
Or sorry,
Percival.
Percival. You go to pickpocket
Hold on,
Percival.
we have an identity crisis. Are you sure
Little
you're not
bit.
Feebles?
I told you, I'm not enfeebled, just old.
I don't know what a lot of words mean, but I don't think you understand what that means.
when Steven goes to pickpocket, Steven at first thinks Steven is very successful until suddenly something claps around your hand, and as you pull it away, it's a handcuff with a chain linked to it. And I go, like I said, I'm not enfeebled, just old. You want your hand back?
Yes. Give me my hand back,
I
or
click
you
it.
lose yours.
I click a little button and the thing pops off and it goes back in.
All right.
Jerk.
All right, Barnaby.
Impotent child.
But where are you holding on? What part of the the lock mechanism are you trying to heat up here?
Just right above the lock itself.
All right. The metal slowly turns into liquid as it's red hot, and you start reaching into the door mechanism.
Reach down and maneuver the lock through, and just push the lock back into the door.
Okay. All right. As you do so, the door comes free, and despite its weight, it swings open easily. Inside, you see racks of shelves, metal shelves with luggage and crates on it, and in the middle of the car, a big safe.
Barnaby, you get that door open?
Rub my arm. Can't do that again.
I didn't ask you if you could do it again. I asked you to get the door open.
Oh, yeah, I got the door open.
Okay, good. I'll go ahead and take some rope and tie these fine folk up so they don't do us any problems.
I got my gun. I'm pointing it at them just in case they try anything. I will shoot you in the face.
That child's unhinged. I do what he says.
Yes, I had.
They all back up to the back of the train car.
Okay, stay there. If you try anything, we'll no longer have a face. Or an eye.
Oh! The old ladies shriek.
I'm not afraid!
I tie him up and just whisper in their ear, listen, it's in your best interest not to piss that child off. just do as he says, and you'll get yourselves a good old fine time off this train.
All right.
It'll be something to tell your grandkids about one day.
You sneak up. You get them all tied up, back in the back of the car. The officer is still handcuffed to the back rail outside, and you guys head into the baggage car.
Ooh.
Did we get everything from them?
Oh yeah, we got a
Okay,
nice big sack
then
of stuff.
I will.
There's not much in here besides some. I think this is a locket. Oh, it says to my dead son. I'm not going to unpack that.
I will reach down.
That on the locket.
I will reach down and absorb some of the metal from the clasp holding the cards together
Okay.
to separate the
Yeah.
caboose.
You gotta wait till we're over there. Too soon.
Running!
Come!
Stephen leaps across as the car slowly fades back into the
Dang
night.
nabbit, Barnaby. Told you that doesn't work. You gotta wait till I'm on the dang side you first before you start doing it.
You guys have about
barely make it.
you have
Old
about
man.
You have about an hour before you make it into London, and somebody notices that the cart is missing. So on to phase 2.
All right.
Everything up?
Well, no. See, we have an even better plan.
Okay, what is it?
You're gonna go decouple the other side of this, and then there's a switch track up ahead. Do you think you could potentially use cricket? That's the game, right? Cricket. Yeah, cricket. You think you could use a cricket ball and hit a sizable target, and switch the tracks? Then we cart just kind of goes down that way, and then we can rob it to our heart's content.
I could certainly give it a try.
That's the best we can hope for.
Worst comes to worst, I just blow up the tracks.
Let's not do that. That's like everything has gone to hell and old Silverhawk is pushing up daisies in the meadow somewhere.
Who's Silverhawk?
Oh, I'm Percival Silverhawk Lancaster.
I knew you. Okay, this is the first time I've heard your middle name, I'll be honest.
It's not a middle name. I'm known as a Never mind.
Are you sure that's a name that was given to you and not one that you made up yourself?
Listen, I'm old, not enfeebled. Silverhawk is because I got silvery hair.
I don't know if you understand.
And
what
I got
that
eyes
means.
like a hawk.
You can't. What? Okay. What letter is that across the way?
It's an I-O-U.
It's a C.
I cannot prove that because I cannot read.
Exactly.
So I should have asked a different question. Okay, I will try to hit it as with the ball. Do you have a ball thingy for me to hit it with?
Yes, it's a newfangled contraption. You know what it's called?
What?
A slingshot.
Okay, I can do a slingshot. Hand it over.
I hand it to.
Or I can just shoot
Steve.
it. I got a gun.
Okay.
You have a blunderbuss. The spread is a lot bigger than you think. This target is a lot farther away.
Well, I just have to hit one of them on it.
I'm starting to think I have to teach you guys a little bit about math because I'm realizing the folly of my ways here.
You did not hire the smartest people for the job.
I'm
That was
8
by
years
design.
old. I don't even know how to. What's the difference between left and right?
I got a trick for you. I can teach you this right now. Put your arms in front of you.
Okay.
This makes an L shape.
What's
That's
an
all.
L?
Never mind. Here, this is a slingshot.
All right,
I hand
got
you a
it.
slingshot. It does not look like a normal slingshot. It's a lot longer. It has 2 really tightly metal coils that go all the way to the end, and underneath it has heated ball bearings that pop up. And when you pull the trigger, it fires off high-powered heated metal that can punch through stone.
Okay.
So you just handed me a gun.
No. I mean, you could take someone out with it, yes, but that's specifically so that you can fire it at rapid succession around, walls and bust them out.
I like this thing. I'm going to use it.
I call it Mason's Fury.
That's a stupid name.
No, it's not. It's because you knock out brick wall. It's a Never mind.
All right, Percival heads up
Doesn't
to...
even know what a mason is.
What's a
Percival
mason?
heads up to disable or to detach the next car.
Barnaby.
Barnaby heads up to detach the next car. Barnaby, as you get up there, I need you to make not a perception check, because you're going to notice it, but an insight check.
That is an 8.
An 8. You open the door, and outside in the front of this car is a red flashing light. It's electrical, and it is spinning around in a circle. And you think, oh, that's weird. That's strange. I wonder what that's for. And as you bend over to pull out or absorb the pin that's connecting it, the door in the next car ahead of you opens up. And inside you hear this alarm.
Barnaby, what is that?
Spinning light sound.
That's a siren. We're doomed.
He's a lot smarter than I thought he was.
We're all dead.
In
It's
front
the
of you,
end.
the guards who were the metallic Warforged guards who were protecting this car from the rest of the train in front of it, have turned around and are trying to figure out why the alarm is going off and when no one should be in this car.
Barnaby, decouple right now.
Do you still have the button thing?
Yeah.
Press it.
Oh, right.
Then all of the guards are gonna go towards him. Oh! Towards him, and then he'll be bigger.
I don't know if that actually is how that works.
You
I haven't tried, but we'll see.
Absorbing.
That microphone is 2 weeks old.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I press the button.
It's about to be.
We're about to see what happens, Barnaby. You either gonna be a 10-foot giant, or we all gonna die.
As that sticks my hand to the
Decoupler. Absorb.
Just keep absorbing.
Absorb like your life depends on it, because it does.
The first guard leaps on top of you, and he looks like he's metal, but it looks like he's dressed up in a cop's uniform. He's got a British cop hat, the big tall ones and stuff like that, and he's got a billy club that's just this big iron bar, and he jumps onto you and just starts hitting you with the iron bar. The other one leaps over you and braces himself on the door and pulls himself into the other car and finds the two of you in there.
Focus. Shoot the thing when it comes up. I've got this.
All right. Let's start with Barnaby. What are you doing?
Barnaby is gonna keep absorbing the coupler as I reach out and behind me to try and rip out a piece of the floor. Just stab this other.
Oh, okay. All right, make an attack roll. Oh, that was almost a 20.
Yes.
So close.
Will be an unnatural 20.
Okay. All right. You start hitting him with a bar from the rail. What do you?
Like I'm trying to rip out some of the like steel flooring, to, like have a shard steel that I can stab with.
Metal stab stick.
Oh, okay. So you're like in between. Let's paint the picture. You are like in between these two cars, right? And you're hanging on to the rail of the luggage car, the baggage car, and you're trying to pull out the other one. This guy has jumped on your back, and he's just whacking away at you. So you grab just a piece of steel from where you're holding on to.
Yes.
I'm being very clear now. What you're holding on to.
I am magnetized to the coupler,
Okay.
so as soon as that's gone, I will be gone too.
Is Mr. Mechanical Man also magnetically attached?
They are very close right now.
Okay.
They're getting to know each other very well.
We're going to have a talk about this later.
No fraternizing
All right.
with the cops.
You start smacking him. I need you also to make a dexterity check.
Which is a 15.
All right. You find yourself now hanging in between the two cars and with nothing to hold on to. Now you're stuck just to the coupler and trying to pull yourself out and trying to hit this guy at the same time. But you're not making any progress on the pulling out part and decoupling part. So let's go to Steven. What's Steven doing about this other guard?
So how close is the guard to me?
You're in the middle of the car.
Okay.
So as long as this room,
Okay.
and he's at the door at the far end.
He's at the door at the far end. I'm going to pull out my blunderbuss and I'm going to shoot him in the face.
All right.
That is going to be an unnatural 20.
Nice. All right. You blast him right in the face, and pellets from the gun start just peeling away and scratching up his metal face, and he's all black now, like the just ash and sulfur covering him, and you've knocked off his cap as well, his police hat.
It was a stupid hat. You needed a different color.
First of all,
Shooting them doesn't do much good. They're metal.
Yeah, I discovered that. I think I just found that out.
I reach in and I pull out a 6-shooter. And I go, what you gotta do is something like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and fire it. That's a 21.
wow, great. You hit him right in the chest.
No. It doesn't do that.
Oh, what does it do?
When it hits him, it expands like foam and begins to kind of get bigger and bigger and bigger. It doesn't cover him entirely, but he starts to be a little bit more weightless.
Oh, okay. So he's like floating up?
Not yet, but he will be.
Okay.
I'm gonna start fanning.
All right, bubbly foam starts, like soap bubbles, start growing all
wanna
over
touch
his
it.
body.
Don't touch it. Focus. You're supposed to hit a target.
But I want to touch the bubbles!
All right, Barnaby, what are you doing? What are you going to focus on? Trying to knock out this guy or trying to detach the train?
I'll drop my stab stick, take another hold, and focus on absorbing the coupling.
Okay. He's going to continue just to wail on you with his bar, and you are feeling weaker, and your left shoulder that you're holding onto the train with is starting to get a little detached. But give me a strength check on pulling the coupler out.
That is an 11.
Oh. You guys still find yourself attached to the main train. The copper is the brass copper? The copper? The copper is trying to make his way, like fighting his way towards you, trying to raise up his baton.
That's not good.
Percival, you're the closest. He's going to take a swing at you with it and just
You're gonna hit an
catch
old
you
man?
across the legs, just cut you down. So your left leg is now wounded and bruised.
Dang nabbit.
You're going to need to improvise a cane somewhere.
Yeah, there's an old man back there that Barnaby switched on. Oh, wait, no,
He's gone.
now.
He's gone now.
I'll find one in the luggage, I'm sure.
All right. Steven.
Steven, seeing that his friend has been cut down,
Focus.
friend,
Focus.
he wants to press the bubbles, and so he's starting to do that, and then he stops. And what he does is he opens up his bag, and he pulls out cheese wheels. And he's gonna throw them at who looks the weakest at the moment?
I guess the guy that's in the bubbles
I'm
wrapped
gonna
up right now.
throw it at the guy in the bubbles.
Okay.
So the cheese smells really, really bad.
Yes.
Even so bad that a robot would be able to smell it.
His olfactory sensors.
Oh, God, what is that? Is that the blue cheese? You've been holding it this entire time?
Yeah, I like cheese.
Why? I thought you got rid. You can't even eat it anymore.
Cheese and mac
It has
and
gotten
cheese.
even smellier in the last 3 weeks.
I'm gonna throw it at the robot's head to hopefully get him.
It just splats there. It sticks right in the back of his head.
Oh, I'm feeling a little more sick than usual.
So the hope is that the robot is going to be temporarily dazed by the intense smell because he's a robot.
Right.
He wouldn't normally be able to smell, and now he can.
That cheese is so old, it's gonna start getting those gears of his. They're gonna have some trouble starting and stopping all the way around.
That's
All right.
the idea.
The
My nose is never gonna be the same.
the
Thanks
copper
to you.
the bubbly, stinky copper starts to float up to the ceiling and finds himself just pinned up to the roof of the train car. He's shaking his head, trying to figure out how to get the cheese off the back of his head.
melted.
It is just stuck there like glue, like a paste. Like you have Zelda'd him to the top of the car at this point. And now I'm going to tell my kids that that's what they use to glue everything together in Zelda is blue cheese. Really green blue cheese.
No.
All right.
Can't take much more of it.
The bubbles are slowly popping, but for now he is incapacitated up at the top of the train car. Percival, you need to find a cane. What do you grab?
For now, I'm gonna just power through the pain, and I'm gonna get my way to Barnaby here. And the man smacking on top of him, I'm gonna go, hey, sir, I'd appreciate it if you stop beating on Barnaby there. Can I ask you to hold something for me?
He turns to look at you, but...
And I hand him a little kind of pouch. I say, here, please hold this.
Almost he turns around, and what does he grab? What is he reaching out almost instinctively grab?
He grabs my glider, and so when he picks it up and I go, thank you, I turn it on and it flaps up. And links him with it.
Okay, well, he is still magnetically... So now we have Barnaby with his one hand holding on to the pin connecting the two cars. His other shoulder and other arm is magnetically attached to this Warforged guard, Copper, who is then attached to a kite and is flying. So, what's next?
Eject.
Right.
Barnaby says eject as his arm removes.
That's pretty neat. The children in the
Factory.
yeah, I forgot where I worked for a second. The children
I
in the
have to do
factory
things all
couldn't
the
do that. I know you do because you're
not
enfeebled.
The Copper flies off into the night as he's dragged away from the train, and then you are able to detach finally, stand up and get some purchase and detach the baggage car from the rest of the train.
You're up, kid.
Okay. And then he releases the pebble for the little metal piece. Yeah, he's gonna release that.
Like a ball bearing.
It's a natural one.
You had better not miss this, kid.
As you spire away, you successfully hit the second of the two train track switches,
Percival?
and it flips over. And the train, as it's going straight, your train, instead of pulling off to the right, pulls off to the left. And ahead of you,
It's the
you
wrong
see
way.
Scotland Yard and a big sign.
Barnaby, that's the wrong way. We're going the very wrong way.
Whoa.
And we'll end there tonight.
Oops.
Leaving Barnaby with.
That's exactly what
Alrighty.
Steven says.
Wow, Ryan was ahead of me. We are at 52 minutes, everyone. I was
Oh, I
about
was
to
a
put up a
little bit fast.
55-minute timer
that
for
was
these
good.
guys.
I thought heading off to Scotland Yard is a good ending spot.
That is a very good end spot.
Yeah, I
You
did
guys
get a
are-
natural one. That is unfortunate.
Wait, does that wrap the whole story? Or are they about
No, that's just the first half. So
Okay, cool.
they can still try and get out now, but they're gonna have to
That
do
is
it.
They'll
They'll have to
fantastic.
do it with
Someone's
one
gonna
arm.
have to figure
Alrighty.
out some way to stop this
So then,
thing.
everyone, we're going to leave this at a to be continued. Will this rapscallion group of what is a metal Groot, a sociopath 8-year-old, and the old man from the West who decided to come out to Britain to steal?
Who is not enfeebled.
Are you sure about that?
Your inferiority complex is showing, and you keep using that word. I don't think you know what that word means.
It means exactly what I
That's
said
what
it
I
means.
keep saying. I may not know how to read, but I do understand some words that people say sometimes.
Fair enough. We will see you all on the next episode of 3DMs in a Tale.